the Notzilla comic book. It's a pretty much exact adaptation of the movie. There is a little more and also a little less in here. When I say a little more, we get a little bit of Notzilla's inner monologue, which isn't a lot, but we kind of get what's going through Notzilla's head in the comic book. This was written by Mitch Teemley, same writer of the movie and director. He's the creator. It's got this great introduction here. He tells the story of how Notzilla has been an idea in his head since he was 11. He just fell in love with monsters, and he said he was pregnant with this idea at the age of 11.
Yeah, it's a really good read. Like that letter.
Yeah, it really was. And what I thought was really interesting was that originally it was going to be made by another company, and they ended up picking up Scary Movie sequels. So like this could have been like a much larger release, honestly, which I find pretty interesting. But that's a really cool section, and you had mentioned earlier before when we were talking, this would have been really cool to see, like, and it's like a little special feature, just even a little commentary in the movie on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But it's a cool introduction and story. This is basically
I'd say it's almost a graphic novel. It's pretty big.
I think it's about 63 pages. I forgot the run on this.
I think it is 63.
I think it's 63 pages. It's a graphic novel, basically. It's got the spine. There was a hardcover version, but I just really love the tribute to the Marvel Godzilla cover, so I had to go with this one. The hardcover was done by Hiroshi Kanatani. Love his work. I believe this cover was done by Ben Dunn. He did help produce this comic book. Ben is the one of the lead creators of Antarctic Press. He's done things such as Warrior Nun and a lot of Antarctic Press stuff. Any project, he's behind it there at Antarctic Press. So this is basically an Antarctic Press release, even though it just says Indie Comics on the back, and there's not really, I don't think there's any Antarctic Press mentioned anywhere in here. There was, after this did release, I got this through the Kickstarter, and we got the digital version too as well through the Kickstarter. The art inside is by Zumart Putra. Really good looking art. It pretty much is the movie play by play. There is some stuff from the movie left out, but like I said, there's some things from the movie that were not in there as well. So it's not word for word the movie, but it's very, very, very close. Really good comic. Highly recommend picking it up if you could find it. I believe Antarctic Press did, after the Kickstarter, they did print a mass release. You could find it on some websites. Do a little searching. I'll try to link it down below in the comics for you to pick it up. There are some retailers carrying it. I want to say Third Eye might have it. A couple of big name retailers for comics online have this book. Highly recommend picking it up. Fred Perry also did some covers for it, and Andre Evans as well. And I mentioned Hiroshi Kanatani. Luke Minhadi did the storyboard for it, so I guess he laid out the comic kind of for Zumart to do the art. But really well done story. I enjoyed the comic just as much as I enjoyed the movie. It's a fun read. I can honestly, after reading the comic, I was like, oh, this would be if they did like a cartoon like adaptation of it, or even like a sequel. If they did a cartoon sequel, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
maybe they could do a sequel with the comic.
That's what I was thinking.
If Mitch doesn't want to do a movie, he could do a comic. Maybe that would be cool.
No, I think that's a good avenue for the obviously making movies is expensive.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie though.
I thought they did a great job. I think it was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, and when I was reading up on it, it did receive several awards. It snagged up 5 Indie Awards, from several film festivals through 2020. Best in Show, Best in Comedy, Best Humor, Best Sound, Best Feature, and 2 Best Actress awards for Tiffany Ahern Davis. That's who played Shirley You Jest. And she's also known as Tiffany Winkfield. So they picked up some awards for this movie. It was very well received. And when it was screened at G-Fest, I believe it was 2019, it ended with a standing ovation. Like, the crowd loved it there. So it's definitely not to be slept on, this movie. Well, like, when I first heard of it way back when I picked it up, I was like, this sounds like a silly movie. It is a silly movie, but it's a really fun movie.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah,
and in the comic books, a good read too. I think you get not to knock on the acting at all, but like I feel like the illustrations, especially for Blowhard, are so over exaggerated in the comic. It comes across like that's like one of like the differences, like kind of like that toony look to it kind of adds to, and even some of the visual gags. So it is worth checking out both if you can.
Absolutely. I would absolutely check out both. Like I said, if I can, I will link down below places to buy the comic. I would pick it up as soon as you can, because I don't think it's going to be around too long. We got the Kickstarter, and it got a quick run through Antarctic Press. So pick that up, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that about wraps the show.
Yeah, I think that's about it. We will probably be back with, like I mentioned earlier, we do have a territory chat with Blake on the horizon. We have a couple things coming down the pipe. Of course, Godzilla Kong New Empire is coming out. I guess we got to see how the schedule falls, and we'll see what is next. We have a bunch of things that we would love to cover on the show right now, so and only so much time, so we'll see how everybody's schedule's working out, what we could do for our next show. I'm not sure what the next movie will be, but if it's a territory show, it'll be fun. If it's another movie, we'll let you know what we're watching on Twitter.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.